respect your competences.
Who the hell do you think you are?
I see you, I don't
Can you
see you.
do what you're supposed to do?
Everything is okay. It's okay.
And if you are angry, then you are the crazy one.
Give and take.
I don't exist.
For real.
Welcome to For Real episode 31. This is a podcast on human dignity recorded on the 23rd of November 2025 at the Brooklyn Academy of Music in New York as part of the Next Wave Festival. We got together with 160 people to look into what it means to matter. Our guests go through a 90-minute experience in which they listen to pre-recorded interviews about the intellectual undermining of women. The music is made by Sarah Jeffrey on recorders and voice, Jorge Dimitriou on viola and guitar, and myself on harp. My name is Andrea Voets, and here at Resonate Productions we make musical journalism by combining social journalism with lots of original music. During 4 moments within For Real, the audience is invited to be interviewed by one of the musicians. And in this podcast, you hear those conversations exactly as they took place. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Would you like to give us your name?
Sure. My name is Zack Glassman. I was born in Suffolk, New York, about 45 minutes outside of the city. I was born in 1993.
93. Zack, which one will be your question?
It's a tough one. Honestly, I think I'm gonna speak a little bit on when I feel I was not taken seriously. So, honestly, I think this is a perfect stage for that. Not that I'm not being taken seriously at the moment, but in an area in front of people in a bustling city full of beautiful artists and creatives and just people in general. I think in our world today, we make a lot of judgments really, really quickly. And so I was hesitant to come here and talk to you right now. And I thought this is the perfect time for me to talk. And that's kind of the thing that's going through my head is, am I going to be taken seriously? Is this something that people want to hear? And it really touched me at the beginning when you started here. The thing that for me was that you're bringing music to humanity. That's what I was seeing. And it was making me really emotional because I think, especially in our world today, there's so many judgments. Is this person like, should I prove my humanity? And I think what's really beautiful about having music to these wonderful stories of these women is that nobody needs to prove their humanity. Nobody needs to feel like they shouldn't be taken seriously because we all have ideas. I'm a creative myself, but like humanity as a whole is a creative. We started from creation. There's creativity in all of us. And I think in the world today, a lot of times that's being pushed out and it's not taken seriously.
When was the last time that became really clear to you? Like this creativity, this humanity we have is really being pushed out?
I can't think of a specific moment. I think it's just been brewing. I've been seeing it throughout my life. We start completely neutral.
As babies.
And slowly, the world changes us and morphs us in good ways and in bad ways. But that's the beauty of being human. That's the beauty of life. And especially starting today with, I always hear music in my life around. I see music around just in everything and every day. And I think that this is a beautiful moment. It's exactly what being human is art. There is no there is no life that isn't art.
Zack, before we continue, is there any sort of wish you would like to give us for today and the rest of how this afternoon will unfold?
I think the only thing that I can wish is that we can all just experience this moment for what it is, and to not have judgments about what's going to come and what people are going to say, and just be here in the moment with each other, because we're all here today, right now, with each other.
Thank you so much for that reminder, Zack. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Hello and welcome.
Hi, thank you.
Would you like to share with us your name, place of birth, and year of birth?
Sure. I'm Helena de Groot. I was born in Belgium in 1983. And I wanted to talk about something that resonated with me. It was in the previous batch of interviews. Someone said, as a woman, you don't get the benefit of the doubt. 15 years ago, I was hired at the public radio in Belgium, and I was so happy. It was like the best job I'd ever had. It was like a sandbox. I just got to play with sound. It was also a place, we just made jingles. So it wasn't interviewing, it wasn't, you know what I mean? There was no of the sort of hard work of producing a story. It was really just playing with sound, which was lovely. And also hard technically. You know, I didn't really know anything about the technical side. And all the other people at the department were men, and they were wonderful. They taught me everything. They were so excited that I wanted to learn. They'd all gone to school for this, right? They were all like audio engineers. And I'd studied Russian literature, so there you go. And the person who hired me, the head of the department, said, you know, you just, in your interview, you had great ideas. And the technical stuff you can learn, the ideas you can't. So, you know, we thought we'd hire you and teach you the stuff, you know. So I was so happy. I felt validated. I thought, wow, I've been hired for me, you know. And then 4 years later, I quit that job because I was moving to the US. And one of my colleagues said, I want to see you before you go. I want to like hang out, you know, can I come to your apartment? And we were friends, you know, so it wasn't weird. So he came to my apartment and he had brought his guitar. Okay. And he said, can I play you a song that I wrote for you? And basically he declared me his love, which was awkward because I was moving to the US because I had just married someone. And then he went on and he said, I've been in love with you from the moment I saw you. And actually, it's because of me that you got hired. Yeah. So I thought I'd gotten the benefit of the doubt, but it wasn't that. Yeah. So.
Wow, what a complete turnaround of the whole thing. But do you think this is actually like the fact that everyone around was helpful and that it was, you know, that it was a nice context for you, that actually proved that your ideas were right and you're validated in that sense?
Yeah, depending on the day, I think, you know what, whatever got me in there, I got in the door, I got to learn all this stuff. Everyone else was wonderful, and now I'm making audio pieces for a living, and I'm so happy. Thank you. And some days, I think, am I any good? Do I deserve to be here? You know, luckily with age, I feel that less and less, you know. Like, yeah. So
And how? Yeah, maybe that's kind of obvious, but still, how did this make you feel in the moment?
then when
Yeah,
he told me,
Yeah.
oh, humiliated. Yeah. I was so I had held so strongly to that idea, like I was hired for me, for like what I have as skills, as you know what I mean. Yeah, it was humiliating and belittling. Yeah, I don't think I've ever forgiven that person, but I've also never told him because I want to be nice. Yeah, so I've just pretended we drifted apart, you know, but I've never said like, dude, that was not okay, you know. Maybe I should.
You're very kind. You're just above that.
I love the way you interpret my story. Yeah, I like the way I come out in your interpretation. Sure.
Thank you very much, Helene, for sharing with us this.
Thank you.
Hi, welcome. Hi. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. I'm Keileigh, hailing from Tennessee, and I was born in 2001.
Keileigh, welcome. Which question would you like to talk about?
I just wanted to touch on something that resonated with me from the previous set as well. When they were saying, why would this be a burden to me, when they were regarding getting more work or projects they were excited about. I think it's such a difficult time to be creative, and I really admire the work that y'all are doing right now, sharing these stories and putting them on a platform that's really engaging and digestible and bringing them to light. And as someone who's younger in the field, I resonated with that a lot. I'm trying to think of the best way to phrase this. You know, I feel like I always look up to my elders in the arts administrative community. I admire their work, and I want to be like them so badly. And then they, don't even say hi to you when you're ushering or working or,
Your own colleagues.
Yeah. So it's like hearing all these women and, hearing of their experiences, it's like you get hopeful that it'll get better with age. I don't know.
I'm putting it in context. You're born in 2001, so that makes
that like
makes you
24.
Yeah, kind of start of the career.
Yeah.
I'm just reflecting. Yeah, we hope it will get better with age.
Yeah, I feel like older colleagues and such don't like to take in ideas of younger women, and I don't quite understand why, because I feel like I see all these wonderful institutions that are, vacant or needing a fresh perspective, and then, you send them an idea, you leave something in their inbox, and they're just like, okay, we'll think about it. Maybe not. And I feel like as a woman, it's just, banging on a ceiling, hoping that something will come from it. And,
That must feel really disheartening for continuing.
Yeah.
If you had one of these people in the room with you and they fixed you with their gaze and said, okay, I want to hear, is there something you would want to say to them?
Look at the people in your community who have really engaging ideas. Don't just look for who is, the most popular celebrity in a movie, or is, Timothy Chalamet or, there's a lot of beautiful playwrights and musicians and colleagues with great fundraising ideas or techniques. They just need to put out an ear and hear for it.
Okay, but being open to new voices.
Precisely.
Yeah. Well, I hope that happens. I hope that happens for you, and I hope this ceiling starts to crack.
Yeah, thank you. And thank you again for sharing all these women's stories. It's nice to know that it's universal and not just,
We're all in this together, right?
precisely. Yeah.
Thank you, Keileigh.
Thank you.
Hi. Hi there. My name is Preeti, and I was born and raised in India. I was born in 1973.
Preeti,
Yes.
your question, which one will it be?
Maybe what would you like to say to your mother? I think I could just do all of them, but I'm a mother myself right now, of a daughter. And so I think about the different things that my mother chose to share with me and not. And as I've become a mother, I sometimes ask her, why didn't you tell me something like this?
Like what?
Why didn't you tell me certain things that would help me be a mother? Why did you keep it to yourself? And her answer would be, well, you never asked me. And there's, when I think back, there's great wisdom in that. Because I think that if you don't ask, how can you give? So I would like to say to my mother, I think she should have asked many questions to her mother. And that we continued giving more, that I could learn more, and then give to my daughter.
Preeti, which are the questions that are hard to ask to your own mother?
I think the hardest question for me is to ask her why she always defined me as not being strong enough to be like a guy in the house, a male in the house. On one hand, she would say, you're very intelligent. On the other hand, she would say, you're playing too many sports, you're looking dark, nobody's going to marry you.
At what age would you hear something like this?
High school?
Teenager.
Yeah. So it made me really self-conscious. It was never enough. So I needed to be a scientist or an engineer. So I resonated with a lot of things that came up. But I chose dance. I'm a dancer. So I wasn't intelligent enough. That I could express my emotions through my body wasn't intelligent enough. She's different now, but I think it came from her own sense of not being enough too. She's a researcher. She's a, PhD and everything, but she never pushed it further.
As in, she studied and then...
She's a historian, so she was highly intelligent and intellectual, but somehow that thumbprinting of sexism was so deep that she wanted me to just follow that, and yet not. So, I'd ask her these questions, and even from her own mother.
Is your grandmother still alive?
Not anymore, but she was definitely more liberated.
And you said you grew up in India, and we are here in New York now. Is your mother still in India?
Yes, she still lives in India.
Does the distance change something in these dynamics?
Sometimes.
How?
Yeah, just time and space. Yeah. It's not every day, but then I have my daughter who's a teenager, so that sort of compresses everything. So I'm like stuck in between. Yeah.
And a last question. Teenagers are not known for their... wait, I don't have children, so I should be very careful with what I say now. For their empathy towards their parents.
You're not wrong.
Okay, great. But Is there something you would like your daughter to ask you?
Yeah, I'd like her to ask me how to be curious and take the unknown steps, not fear the unknown. How can she not fear the unknown and not fear being kept out of her popular group?
To take the unknown steps and not fear them. That's a beautiful message. Thank you, Preeti.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're recording for the final time. Anyone is welcome to come to the centre and to share one sentence on what do you deserve.
I'm an 80-year-old woman, and I believe I deserve a powerful life.
Thank you for having me. I think I got what I deserve. I didn't know what I was going to have in this life at all. Not at all. And it has been a blessing. I've been around the world. I'm a drummer that's still playing at 73 years old. Thank you, everyone.
I think as a woman, as a person, as a human, as many things, I deserve to take up a little space, and I'm going to say more than a sentence, which is that when you said that someone had an interesting take on your story, and then that person said, "Oh, you're very kind," I thought, no, you're a woman, and we have to do this all the time.
I think that we all deserve dignity and respect and to be heard. And all the comments that I heard tonight or this afternoon were spot on. I just nodded my head at all of them, and that's what we deserve.
I'm the mother of a 16-year-old boy and a 2-year-old girl, and I deserve to be taken seriously as a person who wants it all and has wanted it all for a long time, to be a mom and have a meaningful career and a fulfilling creative life, and to be able to do it all. I deserve that.
I think that we all deserve to be seen as individuals.
This was For Real from the Brooklyn Academy of Music in New York. We are Resonate Productions, and you can find us on Instagram at resonate.productions or on facebook.com/musicaljournalism. See you next time.